Good.
One.
And we are back. It is the favorite time of the day. Welcome to Mahala Monday on this Wednesday. It is absolutely fabulous to have you along with us. And we're streaming live right now on YouTube and on Facebook. So thank you very much for joining us here on Mahala Monday on this Wednesday. My name is Dougal. And as always, right there, Rhoda.
Hi there, good morning everybody and welcome to Mahala Monday on a Wednesday.
Certainly. And it's going to be an exciting show. I'm looking forward to this.
That is so true. So today we will have Boston College, which is actually Boston. How do you say that again?
Well, Boston City Campus and Business College.
That's it. That's the one. Just slipped the tongue there. But today we will have them and we're quite excited to be able to present Boston to you and tell you a little bit more about them as well.
Yeah, no, this is definitely exciting because if you have never watched Mahala Monday, where have you been? Welcome to planet Earth. And now that you are a resident on this wonderful globe of ours, let me just remind you what Mahala Monday is all about. So you need the information to make an informed decision. That is it in a nutshell. So we are doing this so you get all the information about the tertiary institution of your choice so you can really follow your dreams. The booster you need to follow dreams, people.
That is so true. And there's a list of shows that we have done on our YouTube channel as well. So if there's anything that would interest or tickle the fancy, go have a look at some of our shows that's been broadcast. And then you can make those decisions, regarding what you want to become one day.
And it certainly is. And Rhoda, it is very important to have this information available, to have this drive. This is important.
That is so important, Dougal. And the conversation I've been having, especially with Mahala show, with everybody out there, it comes through. The students in grade 9, grade 10 is not getting information on what they need to study, what is out there for them, And that's what with Mahala Monday, I'm hoping that the educators out there give this information to our students. Parents, give this information to your students. It is vital for our future and our future leaders at the end of the day to get this information so that they can make those decisions on, what do they want to become one day.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. And of course, in the time we are in right now, as we all know, it is even harder because you can't really go out and go and get it. So now we've done that for you. So we've done the hard graft for you. And as you know, today, of course, we're talking to Boston City Campus and Business College, and we're going to find out everything about them. Now, as always, this is an interactive show because you might have a question, you might have a comment, something you're not sure of. We're definitely going to have the expert and the person with all the information at hand. So you simply send those questions through to us at Nickay Productions. And those details, of course, on your screen right now on YouTube and on Facebook.
That's right. So before we actually go into, introducing Boston to you and our speaker, which is Alvina Arneson, am I correct? Here is a short clip on what Boston is all about.
So there we have a little information about Boston City Campus and Business College. And joining us from the Boston City Campus is Alvino Arison, who is the Enrollment Officer and Marketing Consultant, of course, and he'll be joining us in a moment. But I like that little bit of a video thing that we saw there because there's so many fields that is covered there.
Oh, most definitely. And I mean, just looking at that, that's exactly what we're needing out there, especially with our essential workers right now in this COVID, So most of them are basically listed there, which is quite good.
It certainly is. But Alvino is joining us. Mr. Addison, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Mahala Monday. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. And you guys?
Awesome.
We're good.
I'm better than Rhoda.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us and taking us the time to talk a little bit more about Boston City campus here on a Mahala Monday this Wednesday morning, which, and let me be honest with you, this is a special broadcast. But what I want to get into straight away, what exactly is it that you do at a Boston City campus? What is your role there?
All right, so I do actually a lot. Okay, I get my hands in everything. All right, so I like to assist students wherever I can. But my main role is enrollment and marketing. So for the Belleville campus, so that's basically what I do. I've been with the company for 9 years. And over the 9 years, I've actually learned a lot about the educational institutions as well, other institutions, and our institution as well. So yeah, over the 9 years, we grew, and yeah, that's basically what I do.
Okay. Because I looked at your title there. It said enrollment officer, marketing consultant. So I suppose, yeah, that is definitely a title there. And did I hear you correctly? You said you've been 9 years you've been doing this.
That's right, Paul. He's been 9 years, Dougal, and that's quite some time at the end of the day. And I must say, we built up a relationship with Boston College a few years back doing the graduation, and that's when I met Alvino. And wow, what a brilliant guy. Just having to meet him was quite exciting.
Yeah. So you did say 9 years. And Alvino, once again, thank you very much for joining us. So just a reminder to all the viewers out there at Nickay Productions, what any questions, comments you have, Alvino is joining us for this episode of Mahala Monday today. So perfect way to do it right now. At Nickay Productions. There are the details. Send those questions through to us. So, Alvino, let's get straight into it because Rhoda is always full of questions and she wants to ask one now.
That is so true. So, can you tell us a bit about Boston and, how long have you guys been in operation?
All right, so Boston City Campus was founded in 1991, at the time to assist students that were registered with correspondence institutions by offering face-to-face tuition and assisting with exam preparations. Its success has led to Boston offering its own programs from 1997. Boston has offered quality tertiary education and training to school leavers and graduates and corporate clients as well. We now offer over 100 different career paths and have over 20,000 students registered across 45 support centers nationwide. Our motto is we are serious about education and serious about you.
Well, that certainly sounds exciting because I remember reading in magazines. I always used to see the ad for Boston. So you guys have definitely been around, and I like that. But let's get stuck into it because what exactly do you offer? What are the courses? What is it exactly that Boston City Campus offer?
Okay, so just a little disclaimer, all right? We do offer a lot of courses, occupational qualifications, short learning programs as well. But for this episode, we're actually focusing on our higher education offerings. So as you can see on the screen, we have a postgraduate diploma in management, a bachelor's of commerce in management marketing, bachelor's of accounting, bachelor's of commerce in law. We have a bachelor's of commerce in human resource management, and then bachelor's of social science. Then that's our degrees. We have diplomas as well. Diploma in systems development and diploma in networking systems. Now, these diplomas actually increased our intake this year. Due to COVID, etc. But we saw a huge intake this year. So it's actually booming, all right? And then we have a diploma in financial accounting. We have a diploma in human resource management and a business management, marketing management, and events management as well. And then we have our higher certificates. Now, a lot of students use this higher certificates as access programs as well. So if you didn't pass that well with your matric, you use the higher certificate, you do the 1 year access program, and then from there you have to do the USAF evaluation, and they will actually then say, okay, you can go and do a degree or you can do a diploma. But yeah, so that the type of high certificates that we offer is advertising and integrated communication practice, marketing practice, business management practice, HIV counseling and management, human resource management practice, accounting practice, hospitality practice, tourism and traveling practice. And another hot, intake that we received this year is our high certificate in logistics and supply chain management practice.
Okay.
So that is what we offer in our higher education, faculty basically.
You know what? Because my perception of Boston has always been, and I think you share this with me as well, because I mentioned to you a short while ago, I used to see the ad, you can apply for Boston campus and all of that, because you were really out of the box thinkers, and you're constantly evolving. And I'm liking the fact that there's a vast array of different courses that are offered. Now, let me ask you this first. You mentioned something, if you said USAF. So that is if you want to improve your marks. What is USAF?
USAF is the universities of South Africa where they do the evaluation to say if you, they basically focus a lot on foreign evaluations. So if you studied in, let's say, Canada, and you would like to then come and study in South Africa, you have to get your qualification evaluated. And they will then say if it's equivalent to bachelor's entry or if it's similar to SACWA as well. They will then say you have NQF level 5, for example. So they evaluate your qualification that you obtained overseas. So the same goes for our higher education qualifications. If you, basically for the high certificate, So if for the high certificates, if you complete that, they will then say if you have bachelor's directly entry or if you have diploma entry as well.
Okay, and thank you for that, Alvino. But another question. So these courses that you've just highlighted there, from your degrees as well as to the higher certificates, what are we looking at in terms of duration? This from anything from a year or from as little as a few months up to 3 years?
Okay, so for our higher certificates, the duration is 1 year, all right? You can take it's a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 3 years. All right. And then for our diplomas, it's a minimum of 3 years, and you have a maximum of 9 years to complete that as well. So it depends on the amount of modules you take per semester. And then the same goes for our degrees as well. So it's a minimum of 3 years and a maximum of 9 years. And our postgraduate diploma in management, that can take up to 1 year or 2 years, depending on the amount of modules you take per semester.
Okay. All right.
That's brilliant.
Thanks.
Quite a bit of courses there, I must say, quite fast. And then on that as well, Vino, I just want to find out something as well. Accreditation is always the topic with a lot of institutions and things like that. And what I want to ask you, because I had found out that you guys put quite a bit of emphasis on international accreditation. So, could you tell me more about that?
All right. So, okay, we are accredited locally as well. But we strive and we're actually proud about our international accreditation. Why is it important to have international accreditation? Firstly, the quality of Boston, qualification have been externally verified against international standards. So that shows that our qualifications, the standard of our qualifications has been verified against international qualifications or their higher education systems as well. So that just gives us that stamp of approval to say that, we internationally recognize and our qualification standard, and, that is basically internationally accredited as well. All right. And then the international accreditation opens opportunities for learners to explore overseas qualifications for further studies as well. Then Boston Qualifications supports international employability. So you can basically, with our qualifications, after completing, you can go and seek employment overseas as well. International degrees creates a robust bridge between someone and their future career. So international qualifications also makes prospective employees, sorry, my wording there, prospective employees more, attractive to local employers. So your CV, once it says, internationally accredited, our local employers basically see that as an advantage, over other CVs that is just locally accredited.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes a
All
lot of
right.
sense, especially with all our travelers and especially our younger youth traveling quite a bit, and having to have this obviously will be great for them, having to have that international accreditation.
Yeah, and you certainly have a vast array of offerings in terms of degrees and the higher certificates, and it is really great to know that they certainly come with the best accreditation that there is possible. So
Most
that certainly makes a difference.
Yeah.
But
So what we basically we are internationally accredited. Boston is accredited by or as an independent higher education institution with the British Accreditation Council, and Boston is a candidate for accreditation of specific programs with the Accreditation Council of Business Schools and Programs of the United States of America. So that is the two top accreditations, international accreditations that we have, and we are accredited through the Department of Higher Education, the Council on Higher Education as well.
okay,
Wow.
so so you certainly have all those boxes ticked, which is brilliant. Now let's get into this, because I want to ask you about if you could explain the teaching and the methodology used by Boston.
Yeah. All right. So Boston learning methodology. So all Boston higher education qualification and occupational qualifications are accessible online. All right. So allowing students to easily study from home and work or at our support center. So students actually have the option to decide, all right, everything you do at the campus, you can do at home. So you can decide, okay, today I would like to save on traveling costs. I would like to study at home. So as long as you have your own laptop and you have internet access, you can then basically study from home as well. Distance learning traditionally involves, sending the learner basically a set of books. But Boston's approach is different. We use online lectures to teach and explain text. Our students can personally contact the lecturers should the need arise. All right. So it's pre-recorded lectures. There is teaching and learning activities, formal assessments and support, electronic library and other resources. Call Campus is the system that we basically use. That's our learning management system, and it promotes anytime, anywhere learning while connecting students to educators and learning resources in a safe, secure online manner.
Because Alvina, let me just ask you this, because that is what I was saying earlier. Boston City campus, and definitely at the time, my perception from being exposed to it and seeing ads and reading about it was always that you were thinking out of the box. Now, the whole methodology that you have in terms of teaching seems tailor-made for this era or this time that we're in. But you guys have been doing that way for some time now.
Yeah, 27 years now.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
long.
Out of the box thing, because I like that. I like that.
You
And
getting to
it actually frees up the students, flexibility
Oh,
when it
yeah.
comes to a student that is working and studying, studying at home, making it a bit easier when it comes to allocating time, for your studies. And a lot of our students love that now, full-time students can decide to study from home, save on traveling costs, save on so many, lunch they're eating at home. And so actually our students love this way of learning.
Yeah. And I mean, it is something that sets you apart, because you were set up to do this, and all of a sudden something like, if we go back a few months, COVID hit, everybody had to reinvent how they had to do classes,
That's so
and
true.
we had to wake up to a new normal, as we will, where you just carried on as you were.
Yeah, and our students actually did very well this year, because they didn't have to come into the campus. So the students continued their studies. We had a very good pass rate this year as well, and an increase of students actually wanting to go this route. So yeah, I actually invite all students to come to the campus. Let me show you. Come and take 30 minutes just for me to show you how we work. Doesn't mean you have to come and register with us, but well, after you see how we work, most of the time they do, register. But yeah, I would like to extend that invitation to, all students, matriculants, and so forth as well. Yeah.
No, that's good. I don't want to say it earlier, but Dougal, you're giving your age away, eh? But yeah, your age, not mine. So yeah.
Wait,
So
I couldn't hear that. Say again.
I said Dougal's giving his age away.
Don't listen to Rhoda. Don't listen to Rhoda.
So this is quite informative at the end of the day, especially for our students. Take advantage of it. They have been invited you. Go have a look at the institution and go and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, you'll see on the internet, on their website as well, all the campuses. Get in contact with them and go have a look. So Alvin, I just wanted to ask you one question. I read up about the graduation program that's offered by Boston, and what makes it unique?
Okay, so our graduation plus program
Plus,
is basically
sorry,
for our plus, yes. So that is for our degree and diploma students, actually aimed at them. All right. They, after completing the qualification, okay, there are some terms and conditions to it. You obviously have to meet the requirements for that. So if you want to know more about that, you need to come and speak to me about the terms and conditions as a Boston students. So it's only basically for Boston students. But what it is Boston saying that we are so confident in our qualifications that we offer and our diplomas and degrees that we will then support learners after, completing their qualification. We will support them for 6 months after graduation, all right, where we say, okay, we will help you prepare for interviews, help you with your CVs, because a lot of youngsters is actually struggling with that, I must say. You get your qualification, going into the workplace and going into an interview, they're nervous, they don't prepare well. So we actually take 6 months to help prepare you for that and get you little interview techniques, and help you get employment. All right. So after the 6 months, if we still cannot give you or help you get, employment, we then say, all right, here is a higher qualification than what you've studied with us. Say, for example, you studied a diploma. You then now can't get employment within that 6 months. We will then say, here's our degree, study it for free, continue your studies for free. So that is the guarantee that we give our students. Okay, so that is part of the Graduate Plus program.
So,
Wow.
Alvino, let me just recap that because we're looking at a very, very, and I mean, in this time, it's a challenging time as well. Our unemployment rate has spiked up, as we all know. So basically, I complete my degree today. Today, 2nd of December, I've completed my degree or my qualification, what it is.
Boston.
Then you guys take me by the hand for another 6 months. So you help me with the CVs, with prepping for job interviews. And we're really hitting it. We're really going to interviews, but we're in a different time right now. 6 months down the line, you give me the option to further my studies at no cost to me.
No cost to you.
Wow.
And that is how confident we are in our qualifications.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Talk about
And then
proof in
after
the
that,
pudding.
after your degree, after you complete your degree, the process starts again for another 6 months where we assist you, tackle, your CV, how can we improve this, and how are you doing in your interviews? And there's actually a program that they do online. It's called Employment Readiness Program. And students then basically go through that, do the exercises, and that's the way we actually support our students via, online and through our call campus system. So, yeah, after that, it starts again. And if we can't get it again, we then basically let you into our postgraduate diploma in management.
Wow.
So there is options to study further. And that's how confident we are in our qualifications.
No, you certainly are very confident because I got to be honest with you and I got to admit this. I've never heard of that.
Never.
Never. This is absolutely an eye-opener for me. This is like breaking news here on Mahala Monday. I've never seen any tertiary institution go, and let's call it the extra mile. That's not the extra mile, mate. That's like extra 100 miles. A mile is there.
Yeah, so if anyone really wants to know more information about that, you can contact any one of the 45 support centers that we have, and ask more information. Ask to speak to the marketing consultant there, and they will explain more in detail, regarding how it works. As once we actually have our first batch of students from June, so they're graduating in September. So that's our first batch. So we actually, we started this very recently in 2019, and yeah.
Okay, so
that's great.
I like that, and I saw there that you had something on the screen about a career compass. Now, I want to get in there and ask you all about that. What is this career compass that you have there? Because I just saw you had a slide over there.
All right, so this is another benefit that Boston offers to the potential students. It's a free career campus assessment. All right, so this career assessment is a generic career guidance tool that ensures an appropriate match between interest and work. And it has been proven that students are more likely to succeed and pass if they are studying subjects that they enjoy and love, and that their interests are in. So firstly, the point there, how it works, the individual answers a number of questions related to their interests and values and ambitions. So questions like, will you risk your life for someone else? Obviously, if you say no to that, it moves away from the police, the army, and those places. And so that's the type of questions that the system will ask you, and indicates the fields of interest that helps prospective learners select study area of studies. And the results are available immediately. So on a graph, so basically what happens is you then complete that. We then take you into the office, discuss, the career opportunities, the key responsible areas, or how do I say that? The more, what the job actually entails. So we sit you down and tell you things like, in HR, if you're a people's person, then you shouldn't be doing HR, because a lot of people hate HR managers because you're the one that do the disciplinary stuff like that. We give students advice, and that's what we open. We would like to open the doors for matriculants that is unsure of what they would like to study. Come and speak to us. Let's give you a little guidance. We invite parents to come with. But I like to take the student away from the parents, because that way they're more, open. They're more themselves, because if the parents are sitting there, they kind of, okay, they're watching me and all that. But if they're not there, they're more open with me, and that way I can actually give them advice. And, if for me, on a personal note, okay, so for me, when the students are with me, I give them advice, even if it doesn't have to do with Boston. Because at the end of the day, it's about the client and about the student and their journey to their success, So that's what we do with the Career Campus.
That's awesome. I got to ask you something quickly. So, in a nutshell, a matriculant or somebody who grade 11 learner, matriculant or somebody, they would now be interested in this career on campus. Would there be cost involved?
No, it's absolutely free.
Wow.
And there's no obligation that I must then enroll into Boston after?
Nope, nothing like that. But after explaining everything to you, how can you say you can't study like this?
I'm quite excited about that, because it's exactly what we've at Mahala have been wanting to do as well. Give that information to our students and assist them on making those difficult choices at the end of the day. And, and that's the problem, is exactly out there, Alvina, is the fact that a lot of these students are not aware of what they can do. And somebody like you and Boston can then actually just hold their hand and assist them, through that process as well, and choosing the subjects that's, like you said, if you're not the HR manager and you don't want to be that, then, there's other options at the end of the day.
Yeah. In my next life, I'm coming back as a roader.
It's going to be a difficult one. So now the big question arises, how does your students or students wanting to obviously study at Boston, how do they apply?
All right, so the easiest way would be to obviously call our national call center on the number provided there, so 011 551 2000. All right, so that is the easiest way, and they will then ask you questions like, which campus is closest to you, where do you live, and then they will actually forward it to the campus that is closest to you, and the marketing consultant will actually call you. Or you can go to our website, www.boston.co.za, and go to contact us, and you will see all the branches there, our contact numbers, and so forth. And then for applications and inquiries, there's no application fee. So we do not charge students to come and see if they qualify. We actually, once you qualify, then, registrations and so forth, but we don't have any application fee. So the link there below is for you to apply. All right. So you can go to our website, www.boston.co.za, and go to apply now. And yeah, all the information is there. Just filling all the details. Or, like I say, you can visit your branch, the closest support center, and they will basically assist you with applications and with registrations. And it's actually better to actually come into the campus, I must say, because that way you actually get the personal that personal feel, and it doesn't take long. We just give you all that information, help you through everything, and once you leave here, you know exactly how Boston works and what we do and what you're actually getting yourself into, and the way forward.
You know what? I like that quite a bit. I like that. And so for all your inquiries and applications, the easiest thing is just go to the website, which is www.boston.co.za. That is the easiest thing. And I like the fact that we saw there, Rhoda, no application fee.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I like free. I like Mahala.
I like that very much. And you know what? When we started off this chat, and I said this, and I really meant it. I said, I remember Boston being innovative. You were definitely somebody I would have described as the out-of-the-box thinkers. That is what I've been doing.
Definitely.
And it is just amazing how you're constantly pushing that envelope, because now we've seen no application fee. We've seen the bit that where once you've completed your qualification, you actually get taken by the hand for another 6 months. We'll assist you in finding the job, because we're confident. We work here as a team.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't get the job, well, you come and study this at no cost to you, no expense to you.
Wow.
You know what? I like that. So I really like that. And Alvino, what we're going to do is we got a couple of questions in from 1 or 2 hour viewers, and we're getting very much close to the end, and we could definitely be talking to you for another half hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, because breaking news, mate. Breaking news.
All right.
A lot of stuff to offer. Now, I'm gonna do these questions quickly for you, and this is really in no particular order. And thank you very much. Rodney Govender asked this question, and this relates to the career compass. And I want to start there because the question that Rodney has asked, can you complete the free career compass assessment online, or is this something where I've got to come and see you?
You can actually complete it online, but you don't get the same feel.
Yeah.
I like when you come into the campus and you actually, sit down with a consultant that knows a lot about different careers, and they can give you different advice. So my first option or my first recommendation to you would be to rather come into the campus, and that's where we would want to, assist you in that regard. But if you want to do it online, you can. But yeah, contact me and I'll give you that information.
Yeah. And more importantly, so we've got 45 centers, and they're pretty much everywhere. So whether you are, if you are in the Eastern Cape, Gauteng, Limpopo provinces, South Africa, doesn't matter, 45 centers, and then they will speak to a person like you at that specific center.
That's correct. Yeah. So they can just visit us and we will assist them.
Well, I'll speak to you any day because you come with great news all the time. So I like that.
And then we still have some another question here as well. And this one is from Lisa Rivets, and saying, as a foreigner, does the application process differ for me? If she wants to apply.
As a foreign student, a little bit. It does differ. Obviously, they have to do the SAQA evaluation. All right. So if they do not have a South African matric pass or matric certificate, they have to do the SAQA evaluation. So it's www.saqua.org. So then you go to foreign evaluation, and once SAQA gives feedback, they will actually say, okay, you have equivalent to NQF level 4. Whatever the outcome is, then we will then assist you from there to see if you qualify for a higher certificate, for example. And after SAQA, normally you have to do the USAF evaluation as well. So yeah, and after that, and once you get that certificate, we can then obviously process your application. I myself, okay, I like to help students, apply for the SAQA evaluations, but different, obviously it depends when you come. We are also busy. We obviously, have a lot of applications that come through, but on like if it's not registration period, then I like to assist students. But make the appointment with the consultant that is closest to your branch. And they will then basically, sit you down, look at all your qualifications, see if you've done maybe a short skills program or occupational qualification, and then advise you from there to say, okay, you have to do SAQA or you have to do USAF and so forth and so forth. So yeah, that's my advice to you. It is a little bit different, but like I say, speak to the consultants and they will assist you.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously that would also depend on basically on what qualification you have. So even if you're from, should you hail from outside the South African borders, by all means, you got to do it. And very easy. Remember the website, www.boston.coza. And then, Alvino, I've got another question for you, okay? And this is an interesting question. I like this. Thank you, Saviwe Malambo, for sending this question in. This is a question, yeah, proper one. So this person says, Saviwe says he's interested in music and heard that Boston has got a collaboration with Soul Candy, okay? Now, how does this work? Yeah. Do you know anything about that?
Okay, so Boston, actually, we are Boston City campus, so we do the higher education qualifications and so forth. And then we have our media house. Media houses, we have one in Johannesburg and one in Durban as well. So depending on what music DJing, that is actually offered at our Cape Town branch as well, but certain ones. So yes, we did partner with Soul Candy, so I can answer that. But with regards to entry and what qualifications exactly they do offer, I don't know. I didn't focus on that for this episode. We are focused more on the higher education. But yeah, they can contact our Cape Town branch as well to find out, if they're in the Western Cape, if they're in Gauteng, obviously our Gauteng Media House campuses. So if you go to www.boston.co.za, you will then see on top the Boston Business Campus logo, and you will see the Media House as well. So if you want more information about the media, and Soul Candy and so forth, that offerings, then you just click on the Media House, and they will see all the information there.
No, thank you very much. And Zaviwe, thank you very much for that question as well. Well, Alvino Harrison, what can I say? Enrollment officer and marketing consultant at Boston City campus. Do you know what? Thank you for the breaking news. Firstly, just thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming on to Mahala Monday and sharing all of this information with us, which is just absolutely brilliant. And it would be fair if we just steer for any additional information that people visit the website, which is www.boston.coza.
That's right.
But sir, thank you very much for your time. And from our side, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I love this platform that you guys have created. I must say, to reach out to youngsters, this is a beautiful platform. So thank you for having us. And I will definitely be following the show.
We appreciate that. We appreciate it. I can tell you it's all Rhoda's idea. All good ideas stem from Rhoda. Trust me. Trust me on this. I'm just here to add color. It's Rhoda.
Thank you, Alvino. I really enjoyed having you on the show.
Cheers, mate. So that is Alvino Harrison. I tell you what, Rhoda, let me just say this. And I wasn't joking, because this is really the initiative of what you all started with what Nickay Productions is doing, is really putting the information there. And the most important thing, and I just want to recap here. So we spoke to Alvino now. He said a lot of stuff. I like the fact that Boston City campus is pretty much all over. You look at 45 different centers, you'll find one close to you, which is brilliant, okay? The second thing that I like, there's no fee involved in the application process. It seems very seamless. They are partnering with somebody like Soul Candy. There's collaboration there. The mere fact that after your qualification, they support you, and you really got that helping hand, because that's normally your mother and your father, or your guardian. You got that helping hand, somebody that gets you ready for interviews, get your CV, and constantly try and help you with application processes. And after 6 months, if you keep hitting a brick wall, and even consider the times we're in, they will offer you another opportunity to further your tuition at no cost.
That's so true.
I like that.
I like that.
I've heard that.
Yes.
I'm retiring now. How do you beat that?
How do you beat that? So there you go, guys. The information is there. I know it's quite daunting sometimes, actually having to figure out what do I want to study, what do I become. The options is there, the availability is there, the support is there. We're giving you that information. Grab it with both hands and take advantage of the opportunities that's actually been put there. So you know what, you can make a decision to become a brilliant leader in our economy at the end of the day.
It certainly is. Well, Rhoda, this has been very, very informative. And I tell you what, useful information, which is exactly what we do here on Mahala Monday. So thank you very much for participating in the show. Thank you very much for all the questions and comments we received. And of course, for all the information you need on Boston City Campus, you simply go to their website at www.boston.co.za. Also, once again, thank you very much to Alvino Addison for joining us and taking out the time to be part of Mahala Monday. I am blown away. I'm a fan of Boston. That's all I can say. So from me, Rhoda, you have the last word. I just wave by.
Yes, definitely. We have been informed. It was brilliant having you guys on board. And have a fabulous rest of the week, everybody.
Cheers.
See you. Bye.